everyone, my name's Kelly and I'm a Planet Fitness trainer, and I am here back with another awesome workout for you guys. So today it's all about the core. So we're gonna hit those core muscles in our 360 area, which is a great area to get a full body workout in just a short amount of time. Now remember guys, you can follow along at your own pace, and I'll also be showing you modifications as we go. Now for those of us headed back to the club, let's make sure we're being clean, considerate of others by practicing social fitnessing and keeping that safe space between yourself and other members, and masks up while moving around the club unless you're actively working out. Now you're going to want to make sure that you check in with your local club's requirements, as these may vary depending on your location. You guys ready to get warmed up? Let's go. So for our warm-up, we're going to start with just a jog in place. So we're just getting the body moving. We're warming up the muscles, getting that heart rate up a little bit. So you guys are going to hang out while jogging in place, or if you want to do side step with the arms, that's fine too. So hang out here while I explain the next 3 exercises. So you guys are going to stay jogging in place. When I say switch, we're going to switch to a lateral shuffle. So we're going to get low and we're going to take some side steps and back and forth. So that'll be the second one. Then after that, we're going to switch to jump rope. So just pretend like you're jumping a rope, except you don't actually have one unless you do. And then for our third one, we're going to switch to air squats. So feet shoulder width apart, hands behind our heads, and we're just squatting down. Okay. So you guys should still be jogging in place. We're almost done. Pick up this pace just a little bit. There you go. A few more seconds. And done. Okay, so now we're going to get low and we're going to side shuffle. Okay, so you can do this slow, you can do it fast, you can do big steps, whatever fits you best. Okay, good. Keep it low. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Good. Almost there. We got the jump ropes coming up. Good. And jump rope. Good. And if you want, you could try doing a single leg hop. Just make sure you keep it even. Good. Keep it going. We got those air squats coming next. And remember, you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. A few more. Good. And air squats. So feet shoulder width apart, fingertips behind your head, and squat. Good. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Good. Make sure you engage the core too. So tense those ab muscles. Good. You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Almost done. One more squat. And done. Awesome. Okay. So grab water if you need to. Now we're going to go into our stretches. So for our first stretch, it's a cow face pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to take opposite arms and we're going to go around, and if you can touch. If you're not, just go as far as you can, and we're just going to hold this for 20 seconds, okay? So we're just holding this. You're going to feel it in both shoulders, in different parts of the shoulder, and then we'll switch sides. Okay, so if you can hold it. If not, just go as far as you can and hold, okay? And if you have a towel, you can also hold both hands on the towel and pull towards each other. And gently release. Okay, so we're going to switch sides. So again, just go as far as you can, or hold if you can grab both hands. Good. And just let yourself relax. This one's a tricky one. A lot of people have tight shoulders, and you'll realize how tight they are once you try to get into this pose. Good. Almost done. And gently release. Good. So now we're going to move to the mat. So if you're at home, make sure you have a towel or you're on a rug. If you're in the club, make sure you grab a mat. And we're going to start with a seated hamstring stretch. So we're going to sit down, legs straight ahead, and you're going to reach as far forward as you can. So if you can only grab your calves, that's fine. If you can only grab your ankles, that's fine. If you can go for the toes, go for the toes. We want to feel that tension in the back of your leg or where your hamstring is. Now we're just holding this one for 20 seconds. Good. So they're doing great. Almost done. And gently release. Now we're going to do our figure 4 stretch. So for that one, we're going to start in a sit-up position. You're going to take one foot or ankle and cross it over the thigh of the other leg, and then you're going to pull that leg in towards you. So you should feel it stretching on the glute. Good. And make sure you comment how you're feeling, which exercises you like. Good. Almost done. And gently release. Okay, so now we're going to switch legs. So you're going to cross the other foot or ankle over the other thigh and then pull that leg in towards you. So now you should feel it on the opposite glute. And just remember that breathing, relax. We're in the stretching portion. So we got a lot of core coming up. Good, almost done. And gently release. Good, so now we're gonna do cobra pose and child's pose. So we'll start with cobra pose. So for cobra pose, you're gonna lay flat on your stomach, keep your hips on the mat, and you're just gonna push up the top portion of your torso upwards so you feel that stretch in your core as well as your low back. And if you can only come up to here, that's fine too. You can come up even further, go for it. So we're gonna hold this one for 20 seconds and then we'll switch to child's pose. Good, almost done. All right, so now for child's pose, what we're gonna do is we're just going to sit back from this position and straighten our arms. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna stretch out our shoulders. So if you're ever holding planks and your shoulders start to hurt, this is a really good stretch for that. Almost done. And gently release. All right, guys, go ahead and put those mats aside. So for our next couple of exercises, I'm going to be using a stability ball, but I will also show you modifications, or I will list off modifications. So for our first one, we're gonna do dead bug. So for dead bug, we're actually gonna use that mat again. So for dead bug, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay on the ground, arms straight up. Your legs are gonna be at a 90-degree angle, and you're gonna take opposite arm and opposite leg and straighten both of them, and then bring it back, and then do the other side, okay? Now with the ball, we're just gonna hold the ball in between us and do the same exact thing. So opposite arm, opposite leg, you're gonna extend both, the other two are gonna bounce the ball, and then switch sides, okay? So you can do either of those. Ready? We're gonna go for 45 seconds, and go. So extend, really reach it forward, reach it back, and then switch. Good. And think about your core. Think about balancing the ball. You guys are doing awesome. Keep it up. Good. This one's a tricky one. Take some coordination, so take your time with it. Just engaging that core. And your low back should also be pressed against the mat the whole time. Almost done. Give me a few more. And done. Okay, great job, guys. So for our next one, we're gonna do a handoff with the ball, but instead what you can do is you can just pretend you have the ball. So you're gonna bring it up, hand it off, and then bring it down. So if you don't have a ball, you're just bringing these together and down. Now with the ball, you're gonna start with it on one side, either with your feet or your hands. You're gonna bring it up, hand it off, and then bring it all down. And back up, hand it off, and back down, okay? So you can do that with or without the ball, and we're gonna go for 45 seconds. Guys, ready? And go. So you're gonna start flat, bring them both up, hand it off, and then go back down to being flat, and then hand off again. Good. And again, you wanna pay attention to your low back. Your low back should be pressed against the mat. So try to use that pelvic tilt or drawing in maneuver. That will help you keep your low back on the mat. Good job. Remember that breathing. You guys are doing excellent. Keep it up. Keep going. A few more. Good. And done. Perfect. So for our next one, we're going to use a little bit of legs in this one. So if you don't have the ball, it's mostly going to be core and a little bit of glutes. So if you're don't have a ball or you're at home, we're just gonna do a glute bridge. So squeeze your glutes, flex your core, hold it a couple seconds, and then bring it almost all the way down, and then back up. Okay, so that's your modification. What we're gonna do with the ball is we're gonna do a floor bridge with a leg curl. So you're going to place your heels on the ball, you're gonna lift up your hips, engage the core, and then you're gonna curl the ball in. So that's gonna hit you in the back of the legs, okay? And we're right back out. So we're gonna go for 45 seconds, either doing the ball curl or doing the floor bridge I showed you before. All right, ready? And go. Keep those hips high. Curl and back out. Good. So this is using a lot of instability, which is causing you to channel your core so you stabilize the movement, and you're using your legs to pull the ball in. So this is really going to tighten the back of the legs also. And make sure it's controlled. Take your time with it. Better to be steady than it is to be fast and wobbly. Good. You might be a little shaky to start, that's okay. Sometimes you got to build up that balance. Almost done. Give me a few more. Good. And release. Great job. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some shoulders. So we're going to place the mat out of the way. So we're going to do a TYI on the ball. So if you don't have a ball, you can just do a bent over version of this. So for a bent over version, you're going to have a slight bend in your knees. You're going to be bent over about 45 degrees, and you're bringing your arms up to a T, then to a Y, and then to an I. Okay, and you're just going to repeat. If you have weights or water bottles, you can do that with the weights. Now, if you have the ball, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add a slight back extension. So we're going to come up to a T, go back down, then to a Y, go back down, and then to an I. And palms are facing away or down for all of this. So palms are facing together when you start each time, okay? All right, so we're going to go 45 seconds, either with the ball or the bent over version. TYI, ready, and go. So first the T, good, bring it back down. Then the Y, good, bring it back down. And then I, palms down, and bring it up. Good job, and repeat. So T, now the Y, good, now the I. Perfect. And if you have little plates, like the 2.5-pound plates, that's a good one to hold, to add a little bit of weight. Good, and now the I. And again, T. Good. Y. And the I. And a few more. T. And give me one last one. And done. Perfect. So you should feel a little bit in your back and also in your shoulders. So now we're going to do some crunches on the ball. So if you don't have a ball, any type of floor crunch is fine. Or even like, a plank is fine too. Any type of ab exercise you want to substitute is totally fine. If you do have the ball, we're going to do the crunches on the ball. So you're going to start by sitting on the ball. Then you're going to walk it forward until the ball's in the small of your low back. Fingertips are going to go on the sides of your head, and you're simply going to crunch up. So don't pull on your head or on your neck. Just rest the fingertips on the side, okay? And really squeeze the core. Think of squeezing that belly button towards your spine, okay? We're going to go 45 seconds, and go. And crunch. And make sure you pause at both ends. A lot of the times people will whip through these really fast, and they're just using momentum to do most of the work. So really control it. Pause at the start. Pause at the end. Really get the most you can out of these exercises. And don't forget the breathing. All right, keep going. Who's feeling their core? Woo! Good. Keep it up. Keep going. You guys are doing awesome. Almost there. Need a few more. And give me one last crunch. Good. And done. So now for our last one, we're going to go for a shorter amount of time because it is a little bit more taxing. So if you don't have a ball, you can substitute this for a regular plank hold where you have your toes and your hands, or you can substitute it for mountain climbers, okay? It's gonna be pretty similar to mountain climbers. So either just a regular plank hold or the mountain climbers are fine. If you have the ball and you wanna try this, for the ball version, you are going to have your feet on the ball, and then you're gonna get into that same position, and then you're just gonna curl the ball in and back out, okay? So we're gonna go for only 30 seconds on this. Guys, ready? And curl, and keep those hips high or where they are. Don't let them sag down. And if the ball is too hard, feel free to substitute it for mountain climbers, or you can just hold this position. That'll give you a good workout as well. Good. And so think about the core when you're bringing the knees towards your chest. Good. Almost there, guys. You're doing great. Hang in there. Good. And one last one. And done. Good job, guys. That's awesome. Make sure you grab some water. And if you're using a stability ball, place that bad boy off to the side, because we know how they love to roll around on us. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some water with you too. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cool it back down and then hit those stretches again. That way we get the whole workout in. All right, so for our cool down, we're just gonna reverse the warm up. So we'll start with the air squats, 20 seconds. Then we're gonna go to jump ropes, 20 seconds. Then we're gonna get back to that lateral shuffle for 20 seconds. And then we're gonna jog in place for 45. All right, guys, ready? Air squats, and go. Good. Guys are doing great. Keep it up, almost there. And really think about the core. Although the squats are for the legs mainly, you're still using your core to keep yourself upright. Good, almost done. And jump ropes. So just like as if you got a jump rope, you wanna do the single leg hop, go for it. Or if you know some tricks, go ahead, throw those in too. Good, we're gonna slow it down, do a slower hop. So we're slowing the heart rate down. Good. You guys are doing great. Almost there. And down for lateral shuffles. So we're just shuffling to the side and then to the other side. Good. And if you want to make this harder, just get down lower. Really make those quads work. You guys are doing great. Almost done. And we're back to jogging in place. Or if you're doing just a side step, that's fine also. Either one of those is fine, or jogging in place. Whichever works for you. We're just cooling that body down. We're getting the heart rate to slow down. We're gonna get the blood flow to slow down. And eventually those muscles will cool down also. Okay, so if you're jogging up here, we're gonna slow it down. Or if you're sidestepping, we're just slowing down that movement, okay? Good. Then we're gonna get those stretches in. That way, y'all ready to go. Good. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's core feeling? Leave a comment, let me know which ones you liked, if there were stretches you liked, stretches you didn't like, let me know. Almost done, guys. Really slow it down. Or if you're sidestepping, really slow it down. Good. And done. All right, guys, let's get those stretches in. So we're gonna start with the cow face pose. So you're gonna reach around, go as far as you can, or if you can grab them. We're gonna hold for 20 seconds. Okay, so if you're right here, guys, that's a-okay too. If you keep doing it, eventually your hands will get closer together. Or you can also take a towel and hold it in between your hands and kind of inch forward. That's another way to do it also. Good, almost done. And gently release. So now we'll switch sides. So again, we're gonna reach around. You might find that one side's a lot easier to do than the other. So when my right arm's the one on the bottom, that's the tighter side for me. So you'll notice that one side is usually a lot tighter than the other. Good. But these stretches will help with a lot of shoulder tension. Good job, everyone. Almost done. And gently release. All right, let's get those mats again. Or if you're at home, make sure you have your towel So we're gonna start with that seated hamstring stretch. So we're gonna sit down on the mat with our legs straight in front of us, and you're gonna reach forward as far as you can. So you can only reach for your calves, go for your calves. If you can go for your ankles, go for your ankles. If you can get the toes, reach as far as you can and reach for those toes. All right, we're holding this for 20, guys. So you should feel that tension running around the back of your leg, right where your hamstrings are. Good. And gently release. Now we're gonna go into our figure 4 stretch. So you're gonna start in that sit-up position. You're gonna take one foot or ankle, cross it over the thigh of the other leg, and then pull that leg in towards you. You should feel it stretching on the glute, maybe a little bit on your outer hip. Good. You guys have done awesome. Almost done. And gently release. Now we'll switch sides. Good. So same thing, opposite side. So foot or ankle over the thigh of the other leg, and then pull that leg in towards you. Great job. You guys should be feeling good about what you just did. This is the nice, rewarding part. We're just stretching those muscles out, making sure they don't get tight on you. And gently release. Good. So now we're going to switch into cobra pose and child's pose. So we'll start with cobra pose. So for cobra pose, you're going to lie flat on the mat, keep your hips on the mat, and then you're just going to push your top half up as far as you can while keeping those hips on the mat. So if you can only come up to here, that's fine. If you can go up further, go ahead for it. You should feel the stretch in your core and a little bit in that low back. And we're going to hold this for 20, and then we'll hold the child's pose for 20 seconds also. Good. All right. And now we're going to switch into child's pose. So for child's pose, you're going to go from this position and just sit back on your heels. And that's going to elongate your arms, so you should feel it stretching out your shoulders. And if anyone ever holds planks and their shoulders get really tight, this is a really good stretch for that. I always use this one. Good. Almost done. And gently release. Good job, guys. That was an awesome workout. Now let's make sure that we take some time for our core muscles to fully recover by resting and drinking plenty of water. And make sure you check back in with us Monday through Friday for more awesome workouts and app content to keep you motivated and moving. If you guys are headed back to the club, make sure you're being clean, considerate of others so we can all gym confidently. And I'll see you guys next time.